Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the quarantine. I haven't put out a video for a little while, but now that I have some extra time on my hands, I thought I'd throw something together. This isn't something that's scripted or anything like that, but I got my hands on some Rifts miniatures, and I thought I'd show you guys what they were because it's very rare that you really even see very many pictures of these online, and I think a lot of people aren't even sure that they exist. So I wanted to maybe just crack open a few of these packs that I've had sitting around for a while. I have more than this, but these are the most interesting ones to me. I'm going to go in here and try to get the save what I can of the backs because they don't really make these anymore. You can still buy them on the Palladium website, but the way they've done it is not a way that I like. So basically, if you've got a pack of Rifts miniatures, you usually get like 4 characters, 5 characters, or some of the bigger ones like the Skycycle all bundled together in these sets. And each of the sets, of course, have a name. So in this case, it's the A13 Cyborgs number 2. Well, what they've done on the Palladium site is open all these packs, or never packed them in the first place, and then sell a lot of them individually for 2 or 3 times what the cost of the original pack was. Now, I understand that there is going to be some increase in price over time, but when you've got like the Atlantis pack, for example, comes with the Vidian, the Slave Girl, and the Little Dragon. So they all came together in one set for about $10. Well, now each individual one of those guys is broken up and they're sold individually for about $10 each. So you're looking at like $30 for just a pack of miniatures. But in any case, I just want to go ahead and showcase these, and then we can go from there. What I've done is I kind of learned this from a Hot Wheels guy. He was talking about how people could go in and fake the error cards for Hot Wheels by taking the backing off and then putting it back on. I'm just going to do that here with some nail polish remover, the 100% acetone. And what it does is it kind of seeps through the cardboard here, but it doesn't destroy anything. So I'm going to see how well it removes the glue off this backing without ever tearing the card, something that I can just preserve just for collectibles. You can see it's already starting to peel off here. It is not letting go of some of the art, but it's not actually too bad. So let's open these up. These are the Cyborgs, and it comes with the little foam. Now, the other thing about these from Rafam, they're really not that good. They're fun to have and fun to use, but a lot of these sculpts are pretty, well, okay, so this one's actually sculpted by Kevin anyway, so that didn't get outsourced into any professionals in terms of sculpting. So, I mean, they're not terrible, but the worst part is, like, see, this guy, he's pretty cool. I want to see if I can get these to focus here. I don't know if, yeah. The worst part is, let me go in here, see if I can, yeah. There we go. The worst part is, as cool as these are, some of them you have to build. And I say that's not such a bad thing, but it's not how they do things nowadays. But I wouldn't expect these to be identical to modern miniatures by any means. And then, but I'm just kind of rambling on here. I guess that's what I get for not making a scripted video. So this guy, he's pretty cool, but you have to put him together. He's the iconic cyborg that you would see in the Rifts book, in the painted pictures and things like that. Full conversion Borg. Go down to this guy. So he's pretty cool. And I guess the benefit to being able to assemble these, you could maybe mix and match some parts however you want it. And there he is with his big gun. And then this guy's other arm, the littler guy. Now, I did buy a glitter boy from their website. I had a lot of these a long time ago, but there was this box of stuff that got stolen when I was doing some moving a few years ago. I lost comic books, magic cards, and a lot of miniatures, a whole case of miniatures that were from, I guess, the early to mid 90s. So, unfortunately, those will never return, but it is what it is. So here's another one then. We'll move on to this one, the Skycycle. And these are things that, they make a lot of sci-fi miniatures now, particularly the Reaper and those guys. And with Starfinder having come out a while back, they have a lot of miniatures for Starfinder as well. But they don't all represent some of the things that you can do in Rifts, which in this case, with the Skycycle, they're pretty unique to the Rifts lore. These Coalition Skycycle pilots. Now here's another example of what I was talking about earlier. This guy would be a separate sale on their website than they once were when they were put up in the packages. And then here's the base. I got 2 of these. I've been getting these off eBay. There's a few more that I probably wouldn't mind getting my hands on, just to have, and I'll paint them and put them together one day maybe. Like I say, we've all got a lot of time on our hands nowadays. So, and that's also, if you hear me huffing and puffing, part of that is the fact that I do have some illness issues that have arisen because of this event that is going around the world. So mostly what you have in here are just the assemblage parts, the wings and the fins and things like that for the bike. I'm not going to get all those out individually, but the main thing to keep in mind, this would just go into here. It would glue into this hole, and then once you have the cycle assembled, you would glue that onto there, and then that would be it, them flying around. And like I said, I have another one of these that I'm gonna get out at some point. I just didn't feel like there was a need to open them all right now. I'll put these over here. So then lastly, again, the Scallop Bots are one of those types of miniatures that are very unique to the Rift setting. You can always proxy stuff in there and say, oh yeah, we'll just pretend like these are Scallop Bots and all that, so on and so forth. But it's nice to have the original representations, and what I would really like to see is either some 3D models printed or just resin miniatures that are sold by a third party that's licensed to sell them, just so we can, see that. There's not a very high expectation that this line is going to expand or improve any more than it already has. It's kind of reached its pinnacle here, and that's fine. It is what it is. We get a few new books here and there. We have a lot of books that are supposed to be coming out, but delays, and I doubt it's going to get any better since everyone is being quarantined and closed and all that good stuff. Nobody's going to ship these. No one's going to receive them. Well, I guess unless you have Kevin in the warehouse just hoofing it by himself. But, oh, there we go. This one got a little bit of a tear on there. But, so these are the Scallop Bots. Now, there are many different varieties of the Scallop Bots. This is the number 1 package. But they have like a different set that are the fully functional Scallop Bots. And then you've got the damaged Scallop Bots, which are just like piles of parts and things like that you can represent on the battlefield once they've been destroyed. And in some cases, you could leave some of these as is if you felt like that there needed to be more damaged ones to represent the effectiveness of the character party in destroying them. But that's all we got. I just wanted to get something out just to let you know that I am still here and I am still working on making videos. And now that I have some extra time, I look forward to getting a few more things out. But until then, just be safe out there.